it's yours truly, Musicalist here.
Hey, subscribers, Easy Then here.
And welcome back to another one of our movie discussion videos. We don't really do reviews here on the channel for those who are new still. We more do discussions about the movies.
Yep.
Kind of like a review sometimes. But the last one we did was for the My Hero Academia Heroes Rising movie.
And also Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
So it's been quite a bit. But we have 3 coming up. Oh, well, 2 others coming up. We have the My Hero Academia movie, which we're still working on plans in terms of that. And then for sure, we know for a fact that we're also going to see Spider-Man No Way Home. And we'll talk about that a little bit, why we're going to see that. With no spoilers, of course, in this video. But yeah, so as you guys already know, in this video, we're chatting about Venom 2, which is a movie that me and Ethan just saw last night together in 3D, by the way.
Yep. And by the way, though, it's actually called Venom Let's Be Carnage, but it is counted as Venom 2, though.
Yes, exactly. So definitely something to look forward to. Definitely something that me and Ethan have a little bit. Now, real quick, me and Ethan were kind of mixed on the first one. And the second one in particular,
Wasn't
well,
the same
in
way.
some ways it's better, and in other ways it's kind of worse.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that's what I was saying. That in the middle of the movie, I kind of thought that it just went wrong to me, man. The acting or the writing, whatever the two it is, it just went wrong to me, man.
Yeah, so but yeah, we'll go over that. So first things first, let's talk about the usual stuff we do. So for those who don't know, we usually talk about 3 or 5 different things: the music, the action, the story, or the writing, and then the acting.
Yeah.
And then we just wrap it up, and then we talk about anything else near the end. So first things first though, let's talk briefly about the music. So the music for Let There Be Carnage, it's
The music.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the music was alright with me. It was like not the best, but at least it was alright to me.
I would agree.
I just can't say. Yeah,
Sorry?
I just can't say though it's the worst though.
Yeah, definitely. So music was kind of like, it's more your stereotypical superhero music. So I should say really in general, superhero, supervillain music. So it was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Next one. Let me see.
Was it the action?
Oh yeah, the action. So the action in the movie.
Oh, I would say it's pretty good for what I see.
Yes, the battles in the movie, especially near the end, was pretty good.
Yup, it was.
Definitely would say. And there was a pretty good balance between action and non-action in this movie. So I gotta say, Sony did a pretty good job with this one.
Yes.
So yeah, between that one though and the first one, which one do you think is better, bud?
Yeah, for the action wise.
Yep.
I would say the second one had a better action, I'm not mistaken, because I remember the first one didn't have that much of action.
Ugh. Yeah, you could definitely tell that the rough edges were around the first one and the second one.
Well,
okay.
I remember at least.
Yes, from what Ethan gave a number at least. Okay, so there's the music, the action, the story is next. Now, of course, we're not going to go too deep into the story, but since I don't directly remember all the details about Venom 1, could you go into a little bit about what Venom 1 was about and then Venom 2, bud?
Yeah, so Venom 1 is basically like, this is the better explanation I can put it. Let's say this character named Eddie, let's say he's the guy that is actually possessed by something like Venom himself, which is goes crawling into him, and they became best friends. But the thing is, let's say the guy that actually, it was just the guy that try to live his life really normal, but there was something strange happened. It's like his life is changed because what did he do? He probably ruined himself somewhere else. So, but Venom came to him, and then they both, now he was just possessed by him. So, as I could remember is that, let's just say this. This is actually a perfect way to explain. This is actually the start of the adaptation between Eddie and Venom, pretty much.
I see. Now, Venom 2 obviously takes place after Venom 1, and Eddie's trying to get adopted to his new self, you could say. And in between this, a love interest, and several other things that happen, as well as apparently movies on mixed signals, but I want to say maybe friend.
Yep. I don't know if they were in the relationship before in the last movie, though. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up later as well. But we could say, for the time being, friend. Yeah, things get pretty interesting for our two buddies here, and Carnage, who obviously makes an appearance in this movie. This is an interesting one.
Yep.
I will say the movie starts out pretty interesting with a connection to Eddie's friend and love interest he had. But yeah.
So I would have to assume one thing, though, that Liz's love interest, I don't know if it's actually they were divorced at the time, or they just broke off and then she went to another guy.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's that for sure, but that's the basic synopsis without going too deep into spoiler territory, because the rest of it gets way deep into spoiler territory. And I mean, if you do remember most of the movie from last night, it's gonna take a refresh probably for us both. So we'll have to wait until it comes out on DVD or something. But that's the basic synopsis of that. Okay, so I said music, action, story, writing is next. So the writing
could have done better.
I mean, I'll be honest, it's a little bit better maybe than the first one and most of the old movies I've seen, but not by much.
Right. At least I do like one thing about it is I like the adaptation between Eddie and Venom, at least. And I felt like Venom is actually getting a lot better as a character than he was before. And let's not forget Spider-Man 3.
That movie. Don't remind me. God.
Yeah, I bet you everybody else would agree with you there.
Anyways, that aside, seriously though, I will say I agree with Ethan. The adaptation between Eddie and Venom are lots better here than Spider-Man 3, like you said. Other than that though, the rest of the writing's pretty much all over the place.
Yeah, it was just hit or miss.
I'll be honest, it was pretty much hit or miss. So yeah. Definitely is gonna say probably the weakest writing, some of the weakest writing I've seen in terms of other parts of the movie, like near the middle part of it and maybe somewhere near the end.
Yep.
But I will say the writing for the most part is pretty decent.
Yeah.
And but I won't say it's the best I've seen. It's
Right.
definitely hit or miss, like Ethan said, but it's not the best.
Right.
Now the acting.
There's some more like on this one.
Yeah, of course, Eddie and Venom's characters were pretty good. I will say that. So good job
Oh,
to those two.
Venom did fine. I like his voice.
Yes, and Eddie's actor did an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
But as for the rest, outside of maybe Eddie's friend, it was okay, I guess.
Yup.
Now, granted, just so you know, Marvel fans, me and Ethan aren't the biggest superhero people, so please don't, if you are angry at us, please, I ask nicely.
Right.
But I will say, no matter what, they did a good job at least trying. That much I will give.
Yeah, me too, man.
But again, without going into spoiler territory, which is really hard, especially for superhero movies, it was pretty okay-ish.
Right. I would have to say it was. I can't say it's the worst or the best either.
Yeah. So, do you think it was better than Venom 2 or worse?
If I'm being honest, I actually enjoyed it right next to the first one. But I'll be honest, if I had to choose which one I enjoyed the most, I say number 2.
Fair. I would choose number 2 as well. Well, so 2 is pretty much our favorite so far. Now, you're probably wondering, aren't you going to talk about how Sony did about Venom in general now? Well, about that.
Yeah.
So, ending cutscene for Venom, unfortunately, featured something that leads in.
Oh, by the way, spoiler warning, I forget to say. Let's say if you see that spoiler warning font right there, that means that's when you gotta get out before you hear anything.
Yep, I'll place a spoiler warning right here. Here it says spoiler warning. I'll give you a few seconds to dodge, or I'll leave a timestamp right on the side or above us to where you guys can skip over so you don't have to see any spoilers.
Yeah. So I guess you could say if you hear that noises, that means that was a spoiler warning that time.
Exactly. So if you want to leave now, because this is going to pertain to some details for No Way Home, as I mentioned. We're going to be talking about this briefly, but I'm giving you 5 seconds to skip or get the heck out of here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay. If you're sticking around, if you didn't dodge, then too late. And if you're sticking around anyways, then okay, you didn't have to leave. But for the ending part, we see Eddie and Venom relaxing in some hotel room, and they're chatting about something, and then all of a sudden, this universe changes.
Yes, and let's just say on the TV they were watching, but then there's a funny thing though. Eddie and Venom actually just went over to somebody else's room, and this guy's like, "Hey, this is my room." I'm like, he's like, what? Actually, and then after that, he actually heard on TV that Peter Parker was on the screen, and I was like, what? Peter Parker? Uh-oh, this could mean something. This is my speculation. Venom and Spider-Man can meet
in a no way home. So that's why me and Ethan have to wait until we sum up Venom, because we can't really see how Sony did with Venom overall until we see how Spider-Man and Venom actually meet this time.
That just means that, for what I could tell, if Peter Parker is actually mentioned on TV, that means that Venom can actually meet the recent Peter Parker.
Exactly. This multiverse is going to be interesting, though. We'll see what happens.
Yup. So it means that the new adaptation of Venom is gonna meet the real Peter Parker, which is my guess is the actor for the Spider-Man would be Tom Holland. He's the recent actor for Spider-Man, but I prefer like some of the previous actors. But Andrew Garfield, in my opinion, not the best.
Fair enough. All right. Right. Well, that being said, that's why me and Ethan have to watch No Way Home. Then after that movie, we can tell you how Venom did.
Yup. So I'll be honest with you. That means that it could mean that Venom and Spider-Man can meet. That's what that means.
Indeed, but we won't know until we watch No Way Home, which it seems like Sony's pertaining to for this one.
So I'm hoping that his character is gonna be really good till Spider-Man meets. So I'm gonna be so happy for Venom to meet to his new adaptation.
We'll see how this goes, though. All right. That being said, that is it. That is it, and we will go back outside of spoiler territory in 3, 2, 1. Hey there! If you skipped over the spoiler section, thank you. Me and Ethan just finished talking about it in this section, so if you skipped over it, that is totally cool, totally valid. Yeah. But to sum it up, basically, me and Ethan can't finish up overall thoughts about Venom until Spider-Man's No Way Home comes out, or I should say No Way Home.
Indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, that movie should be interesting. Of course, we'll have a discussion video for that too. Although it's probably going to be a little bit longer than this one.
But we can still rate about the movie, though. That's it.
Yeah, we can tell you between the two movies how they did in terms of the character development for Venom as a whole currently. So between the two Venom movies that we had, what would you rate them both, bud?
I would have to say, I'll be honest, for my rate, as my own opinion, I give it 7 out of 10 for adaptation.
For Venom 1 or 2?
Oh, all right. Okay, hang on. Okay, so let's try this again. All right, Venom 1, I would have to say right around 7 out of 10.
All right, and then Venom 2?
I give it a little bit 5 higher, but still the same score. So 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. And then overall,
as an adaptation to his character, I would give it 8 out of 10 just for his character.
Nice. Okay. So for Venom 1, I personally am going to give it a 6 because I really didn't like the writing in the first one, I'll be honest.
Fair enough.
Everything else was pretty good, though. And then Venom 2 obviously did a little bit better than the sequel. The adaptation between Eddie and Venom I really loved. There were some funny parts in there, too, which I also loved. Everything else kind of really makes sense in some ways. I might need to rewatch the first movie one more time just to be sure. But I do think overall, all that Venom 2 was an improvement over the first one, so I will give it a 7.5 out of 10. And between the two,
same score, perfect.
Yeah, and between the two, I would probably say that they did a pretty good job adapting Venom. He's not perfect. There's still a couple questions I have, but I still would say that they did a good job. So 6 out of 10.
For the character adaptation, pretty much.
Indeed. So between the two Venom movies, I gotta say that he's gonna be pretty established in terms of how he's going to go. But we'll have to see where Venom truly goes when a No Way Home comes out.
Oh yeah, I'm actually quite excited for Venom himself because honestly, yeah, he turns out to be like, my favorite character, one of my favorite characters in Marvel. But there's a thing though, comes to this. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know that he might be a villain in the next movie, or this is confusing. Like he's got his own background story. He's more like an anti-hero, but when it comes to the Spider-Man universe, he's a villain.
We don't know what role he's going to play. Will he actually help Spider-Man in this next movie? Or is he going to be somewhat of a villain?
Kind of like the previous times, like the comics and the movies and few games. You name them, folks.
Indeed. I'm not sure exactly where Venom is going, and I'll have to do more research on Venom's background to see exactly what he's been in the past. But we'll see.
Maybe the comics can tell you something.
I am a comic book reader, so that definitely sounds like something I'll explore. If you have any recommendations, Marvel fans, let me know in the comments below where I should start reading up on Venom, because I could really use some help with this one. And if you have any shows that me and Ethan should watch to help us get more understanding of how Venom is across other parts of Spider-Man media, let us know as well. We obviously know Spider-Man 3, but there's probably other media that he's been featured in. And of course, if you have any games that me and Ethan should also check out, let us know. No, because of course we're gamers, so we'll be more than willing to check out other games.
Of course, I was gonna try to beat that Spider-Man on PS1 eventually, because I got a friend of mine who wants me to beat that one. But you know this, folks, he's actually in that game.
Yeah, Venom is in that game. Albeit he's probably based off of his comic book adaptation rather than something Sony made.
Yep.
So definitely. But overall, we think Sony did a pretty decent job. Now, whether Spider-Man himself is going to do a decent job with this next movie, woo, I gotta say I'm kind of nervous.
Or you should say the recent actor for Spider-Man would be Tom Holland himself. Can he do well? Well, I know a lot of people say he's the best actor of the whole time in their opinions, but for me, I really don't want to get into debate and stuff, but I'll say once and I'm not going to do it again. I'm more of a Toby person.
Fair enough, buddy, fair enough. But yeah, you let us know in the comments below what you thought of the Venom movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think Venom didn't do so well? Do you think he developed pretty good? Let us know in the comments below. Now, like I said, we have 2 other discussions planned for later this year. Later this month, once we figure out the whole situation with my moving and all that, and then on top of that, other stuff that's happening. We will be doing talk about possibly with our pal JI, who you've seen several times on the channel, about the upcoming My Hero Academia movie, My Hero Academia World Mission. And then for sure in December, me and Ethan will also go see Spider-Man No Way Home. So you can look forward to 2 more movie discussions for me and Ethan.
Oh, man. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I'm actually really excited for Venom himself. So if he ever does come over to that new Spider-Man movie, good luck to him, man. Hopefully he does well.
Same here, bud. Same here. And at one point or the other, since Ethan is almost done with My Hero Academia as well, possibly this weekend, we will also get a discussion video out on My Hero Academia with Ethan to talk about the latest season, because he's definitely got a lot to say. I haven't seen the season myself, but I'm gonna warn you right now, Ethan's probably gonna be a lot more critical than he has ever been with My Hero Academia. Because
because I have to be honest with myself.
Yep, unfortunately. So if you ended up loving season 5, you might not want to watch that video.
Good for you then. But there are some people out there I looked up. there's actually some people out there with me on that with fifth season.
Yep. So there's definitely a lot of people who would definitely look forward to. So you can look forward to a couple more media stuff on top of this. And of course, we'll obviously have other stuff coming up too, like the Sonic movie. We'll obviously go see. That is a plan for both of us. Duh. And then there's other stuff that we plan to do too on the channel in terms of media. We're trying to do more of that. So yeah. But that was it for this Venom discussion. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was really great to do one of these again, and I cannot wait to do more of these. What about you, bud?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Of course, though, that's pretty good that we get to explore more and more medias and stuff. So right now, it's good for me to get back to explore more medias like I did as a kid. So yeah.
Definitely. Oh, and one last thing before we sign out. If you guys have any other movies that you think me and Ethan should definitely check out, or any other animes or cartoons that Ethan and I should also check out as well, TV shows we're not really big on, but we'll check them out possibly in the future. We'll see. Let us know in the comments below, and me and Ethan will talk it over and see what we can do. But yeah, that is all for now. This is yours truly, Music Clues.
Ethan signing out.
And y'all have a nice
Gaming day.
See ya.